how would you use mindfulness to manage emotions? And I would be remiss if I didn't share the box breathing technique that is referenced in the Care Partner Meetup, which we hold monthly as well. So that's one technique that I think does really help with managing emotions. And that's just holding your breathing in for a 4 count, potentially breathing out for a 4 count. I'm sorry, breathing in for a 4 count, holding for a 4 count, breathing out for a 4 count, and then holding that out breath and then going back.
In, hold, out, hold.
And then in
In,
again.
hold, out, hold. The midwife will talk you through this for
Thank you, Kat. I need
hours
you.
on end.
So that was one that I think there is a lot of evidence about that, and I think Annie can find something to put it in the chat about that question.
I'd like to add something about the mindfulness.
Yeah.
I think what mindfulness helps you do is to stop and recognize what's happening in the moment. And the box breathing is a great way to do that, to just kind of stop and focus on something else. But what I try to do is I stop and I try to say, this is what's happening right now in my head. I don't always say it out loud, but I am feeling this right now. I may take a breath and a pause just before I go on to the next thing. And sometimes just by recognizing, wow, I'm really feeling anxious right now, or I'm really feeling, I like the word activated. It's that ramping up sometimes of that emotion where I'm about to either cry or react or yell or, whatever. I try to catch it before it all comes out, and then I don't know if that helps, but it just sometimes by recognizing it, I feel myself settle back into my body a little bit and I can go to the next thing.
I would suggest looking at somatics as well. Like just Google somatic exercises to get kind of an introduction. But from my experience, it can be really hard to want to feel into a body that feels like it's failing you or that is experiencing a lot of pain. But when you start to to separate your mind from your body, you get more of that up, 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 ramping up, floating away. You become literally less grounded, right? So I find that if I can find exercises that are mindfulness type exercises that force me to feel my body, it actually reduces my pain and reduces all of my other mental health symptoms.
I love that. I love that, Shan. I think too, mindfulness is a practice that you have to do when you're feeling good, so that when you're feeling bad, you can actually use the tool. Because if the first time, it's sort of like my dog, it's a weird example, but I bought a thunder shirt and I put it on her and I threw her into a thunderstorm and I was like, no, you have to play ball with them and put the shirt on and tell them it's a good thing. And every time I pulled that shirt out, she would just run away. I'm like, I'm a horrible dog, Mom. But I think that mindfulness is the same way. You have to build that muscle and know how to do it so that when you need to lean into it, it's there.
Yeah, good point.